Hello, good evening. Welcome along to the MODUS Super Series. Thursday night means the beginning of Group B, and this should be fast and this should be furious. And there's 5 players with a little bit of history in this competition. Danny Smith debuted as an alternate in Southampton. He's appeared a few times in Portsmouth. Can he kick on this time around? Jared Cole is a former weekly finalist, hitting the post on a number of occasions. Can the king of the castle finally reign supreme? Rob Grundy was involved in Champions Night last time out. His weekly win meant a lot to him, and he's out to repeat the feat. Harry Ward finished third in Group A. He looked better on Wednesday and looks to kick on tonight. Whilst Willie Borland was the closest challenger to Thibaut Tricol in Group A, he's looking for another Super Series final. Yeah, we're looking forward to some top tungsten tossing tonight, and we've got some top tungsten talking with Scott Mitchell up here on the balcony. And interesting group this. We've got players who I think all have got a point to prove.
Yeah, very much so. And although Group B 3 go through from 5, it's a more difficult group to play in for me when I played in it. I found it, you know, one mistake can be really, really costly, and you drop down the table pretty quickly. And you only get 4 games an evening. So you don't want to be losing 2 on the trot. It is a tough, tough group. And then you look at the clientele that we've got playing within it, makes that group even tougher.
Yeah, let's have a look at the tournament bracket then, shall we? Because we are midway through the week. Thibaut Tricol's the first player through to the final. He won through Group A on Wednesday morning. That group began on Monday morning. We'll see the 5 players in the middle of your picture tonight, and we'll talk about them in just a second in terms of Group B. But Group C was what we were looking at this afternoon, stacked with ADC players. And we were saying down in commentary, this was the type of group where everybody could sense opportunity, and perhaps the tension at times was because of that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, all of those players know that there's a big chance for them to make a Saturday night from that group. They're all much of a muchness, and I think that, you know, there's still a long way to go in that group. It looks like it could be there and done, but there's 4 still just absolutely hanging on in there. So tough day for them tomorrow, but it was exciting watch today. But I'm expecting them to throw with a bit more freedom tomorrow.
Yeah, let's have a look and see what the table says there following the first night's action in that group. It was Charlie Large who came into the day as a 7-1 outsider to win the group. Well, he's made the odds compilers look a little bit silly.
Yeah, very much so. You know, we were this morning looking at him down there at number 6 in the odds compilers stats, and he's absolutely turned that on its head because, ironically, you know, Jeff Murray was at the top, and there he is, second from bottom. So they kind of got that one wrong.
Indeed, they did. But let's have a look and see what's happening tonight, because Group B is our centre of attention. We'll begin by having a look at the runners and riders with the outright betting. And it's really Borland and Rob Grundy who are the joint favourites at 2-1 to go on and win the group. Harry Ward just next at 7-2. Jared Cole, a bit of an outsider at 15-4. And Danny Smith labelled at 18-1. Let's begin by talking about Willie, because yesterday he was the closest challenger to Thibaut Tricol, a man who'd won 13 in a row. Maybe in any other week, possibly could have, maybe would have won Group A.
I think we've definitely seen people go through with a lot less, so he could feel hard done by. Hopefully he's not feeling that tonight, because it could affect his game if he does. I think he's got to look at it as a clean slate. We're all on 0, and we've got to go again.
It is all on 0. As far as what Grundy's concerned, coming straight in off the back of last week, is it a good thing sometimes when you've had a bit of disappointment to get back going again?
Had it been Monday, I'd have said no, it was a terrible thing to have one day off and then come back on Monday. To come back on Thursday, he's got a couple of days to think about it, and it's all still fresh in his mind. And he's had a good tail end of 2023, you know. He's right up there. He's been to Pro Tours. He's right up there, number 14 in the Challenge Tour. So he's very current and he's very much in form. Can he now bounce back from last Saturday and continue that tonight?
Well, we're going to find out over the course of the evening. We're also going to see how the bet builder evaluates. This is a mixture of bets that make their way through the exchange. You put it into a little acca for you, and it's a bit audacious tonight. 12 to 1, Borland in the handicap, Ward again in the 180 handicap markets, and Grundy in the match winner markets. And the reason it's 12 to 1 is it feels like a group that could be very tight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whole treble there is one of those that those trebles could go the opposite direction at any point in time. So, yeah, that's why that one's out at 12 to 1 as a total.
18 plus, begambleaware.org. Right, let's hear from Rob Grundy now. He's involved in our first game of the evening. He takes on Big H, Harry Ward. And we'll call up with Phil Bard early on this evening to talk about last week and how this is all a clean slate.
Rob, here we are, the start of Series 6 at the Super Series. It's a quick turnaround for you. How are the emotions coming off the back of Champions Week?
I'm feeling okay now, but obviously I was devastated the way I played Champions night. But yeah, feeling fresh. I never thought about darts for a few days, and hopefully back on the arse and play my own game.
Like you said there, you were disappointed about the Saturday night, but can you take so much confidence from your Group C campaign?
Oh, to even qualify, I'm absolutely over the moon how far I've got. It's just the way I played on that one night, the one night that were counted, and I played terrible, but that starts.
Getting to put it right at the earliest opportunity must be a good thing, though.
I think so, yeah. Get back on the horse, as I was just saying, and play my game, hopefully, and just keep winning. That's all I'm trying to do.
What was that feeling like walking back through the door tonight? Was there a point to prove, do you feel?
For me personally, yes. But to everyone else, I don't think so. Because I think I've showed what I can do, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I can qualify.
Do you think your experience coming into this Group B could be the difference? It's a good group, but the fact that you've been there, done it, and won on this stage multiple times is an advantage?
Yes and no. Yeah, there's an advantage, but it's a different set of players. They can hit the doubles where the others never. It's all on that day. Well, it's all on the night. So hopefully I can play my game, and they have to play well to beat me.
Rob, wish you all the very best ahead of this evening.
Right, cheers.
And Rob Grundy takes on Harry Ward in what is our first game of the evening. 10 matches for you between now and just after 1 o'clock in the morning. So plenty to keep you entertained on this Thursday night. And to guide you through all the proceedings, the 2015 World Champion Scott Mitchell has made his way down to the commentary box to join Chris Murphy. Evening, Chris.
Good evening, Henry. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the start of Group B on the first week of Series 6. And Rob Grundy, the Series 5 Finals night participant, Champions night participant, no less, is back on the horse, so to speak, back on the stage at the Super Series. He takes on Harry Ward, who had a decent-ish campaign in Group A. Would have hoped to have maybe been in contention for the top of it for a little longer. Grundy will be a difficult, very difficult opponent for him in an opening match. He's actually priced shorter than Ward in this group following his exploits the previous week. Harry Ward is just 26 years of age. A winner, though, of a PDC Players' Championship event.
To throw first.
And has taken a break from the game, come back with a vengeance here at the Super Series, and maybe, just maybe, this will be Ward's week. Scott Mitchell alongside me, and, well, we'll have that conversation, I'm sure, plenty of times tonight about the superb stacking of Rob Grundy. But this is a group that is filled with potential for all 5 players, you said to me this afternoon, and both were showing theirs in the first couple of visits here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a tight group. For me, if Danny Smith plays how I know that Danny can play, he can absolutely be right in the mix with what we're seeing as 4 players who without being rude, are a little bit above Danny probably in stature at this particular moment in time and in their careers. But with Danny, he's such a good player. I've known him for such a long time, and he can come up here and do exactly what these guys are doing as well. Can he do it consistently enough tonight? Yeah,
totally take your point, and all of them have done stuff in PDC, haven't they? With Willie Borden's famous 9-darter at Alexandra Palace, Jared Cole's been a
140.
great player on the youth circuit. JDC, then Youth Tour. Rob Grundy winning a Challenge Tour. Harry Ward winning a Pro Tour. So they've all got honours.
Yeah, what a massive thing to win a Pro Tour. Wow, wow. It's just, yeah, it's a CV that's ever growing. And for me, Rob Grundy's really come to the fore this back end of 2023 as well. And very impressive he's been. Feels like to Southerners like me that don't know him, that he's come from nowhere, really, in the last 6 or 8 months. And he hasn't gone anywhere either. That's the point. He's still here to stay. It's not been a flash in the pan.
$52. Harry requires 64.
Award looking for another in there.
32. Robbie required 58.
And tops for Grundy.
Game
and in
shot
it pops
the
for
first
Grundy.
leg. Rob Grundy.
Great start for the Northeast thrower. Walking back in the venue. It was very different feeling last time he was here. Packed to the rafters. That floor on a Saturday night. He'll be determined to get there again and maybe even get to Champions Week again.
Whoa!
Yeah, indeed. And there's Harry Ward's second 180 in as many legs. Yeah, I mean, it you know, a Saturday finals night felt great for me, and to be in one, the experience was great.
Whoa!
And here we go.
180.
We're all on nines.
Let's not go down that route yet. Not yet, Scott.
I thought I had to quickly while they were still on it.
140.
180 followed by 140 is very good indeed. And Rob Grundy will hope for the same score here as he looks to stack into that
60.
treble 20. Couldn't quite manage it, so Ward on course for a leveller in this leg.
93.
Yeah, needed that last treble to sort of cement his position in the leg. Did Harry, and that's not too shabby at all. 88 after 9.
$54. Harry require 88.
Level 14.
Game shot
Found by Harry Ward. It's 11 darts leg that from Ward. Great response from him to losing the opener.
Third leg, it's Rob to throw first.
I was chatting to Harry earlier. I met Harry a few years ago at the, I think it was either UK Open or he had a bit of a run. It was either the UK Open or the Players Championship, and I was there as a guest. And what a charming young man he was, and he was there, family, and yeah, having a great run. He's just such a nice lad, and it was a shame when he had to make the decision to maybe have a year or two off, but it's nice to see him back because he is a gentle giant.
Perfect for him to slide one in off.
121.
Like to leave them there for his next visit. They're so perfect for him to play off.
Yeah, when we have exhibitions and we're playing a lady and you want her to win, you put 20 darts at that angle on the outside of double 10 and just tell the lady to hit the dart. And 9 times out of 10, they will hit it and beat you. So, yeah, we know all about that and how that works. It's just horrible when you're stood behind it.
140.
That's it again. Leaving a ton this time round.
$100. Robbie require 100.
Top send for an 11 dart response to the 11 dart that was hit against him. What a start to the evening's action. This is an incredible game to kick off proceedings.
Fourth leg, it's Harry to throw first. Game on.
I was just about to say, let's get those average buttons up.
Just by magic. There they are. And the average is going up.
180.
3 legs on the trot that Harry Ward has opened with a 180.
Rob can't respond in kind this time, but that's a lovely switch.
80.
Right, don't say it yet, Scott. Silence, please. Mr. Mitch? Oh, okay. You could say what you want.
No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I didn't want to jinx it. I
44.
left that to you on this occasion. Maybe if I'd have said it, he might have hit it. But there we go.
$32.
Rob Grundy had a great tail end to the year on the Challenge Tour. Finishing in number 14. Not a place for a card, but
84.
I believe he gets to go back to the last 4 days of Q School rather than having to do the full 7. It's reward
60.
enough.
This quite interesting the way this fixture's placed because it's the opening match of the
57.
group, which means it will also be the closing match of the group tomorrow. And the two players that you would expect to be up there battling to get through.
Sure, both will hope that they've done enough by then that it won't be relying on that game. But
Harry Rock 136.
I was saying up on the balcony, these shorter groups are more difficult to play, and it looks like an easier one to get out of Group B. When I played it the time that I played it, I found it was a little bit more complicated than Group C to play in, and if you allowed it to be.
$98. Harry require 40.
Right then, double top.
Game shot on the
Goes
fourth
in.
leg. Harry Ward.
So Harry Ward, and it's another leg one on throw. All square, 2-2.
Fifth leg, it's Rob to throw first.
Solid as a rock there on that.
Game
Tops from the bricklayer.
It's an interesting story that he chose to go back to laying bricks for a while. He
60.
just felt he'd be happier than throwing darts. Obviously, he's now thought better of that and returned to the hockey.
I mean, for me, it's a big, brave move, you know, that if the darts have got to the point,
55.
and we've all been there, you know, where the darts does become a massive part of your life and massive pressure in your life, and it doesn't go away sometimes, and you're thinking it every day. Sometimes you do need that alternative life away from
96.
darts to kind of focus and put the darts in perspective of where it is for you. And sometimes having a job for many, many players, it does help them mentally.
120.
That was like throwing a dart at a brick the way it came back out there. Harry Ward, bit of bad luck. Rob Grundy looking to rub salt into the wound. Rebel 19 not
87.
found.
$100.
Again, a decent dart right in the bottom of the bed.
140.
Come out the side of the hand, that one did. It was a bit of a flicker. But with 2 already in, treble 20 bed. No damage, really.
59. Robbie require 118.
118 for Grundy. Single 18 leaves tops.
78.
I'd
Harry
like to
require
be on this occasion.
167.
This would be a mighty, mighty ask, surely, for Harry Ward. A mighty, mighty ask, surely, for Harry Ward. It's the button.
Game
Oh,
shot
he
the
nails it.
fifth
What a
leg.
big ask that
Harry
was.
Ward.
And what a break of throw from Ward at 167 on the ball. And there was a wry
Six legs,
smile
Harry
there
to
from
throw
Rob
first.
Grundy and
Game
a
on.
tip of his hat, more or less, saying, wow, that was what it was going to take to stop me.
Them's the breaks. And that was a break from Harry Ward.
100.
Grundy had just missed tops, the 118. He was sitting on it. The only dart double he's missed in the entire match. And then Harry Ward takes out second biggest finish and arguably
100.
the hardest.
And when you miss that double, I've been there, you think you're coming back. You know, how many times does the 167 go against you? How many times do we see that? 164, 167, 170, 161
57.
left against us? And yes, they do go sometimes, but more often than not, they don't.
100.
In that situation, you don't think great shot, Harry. You think, I had one dart at that before he even got there. And that's why we fry our own brain sometimes, stood there right on that hockey.
140.
Shouldn't have missed, Scott. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Then we come and watch the game back, and that's what you pundits have said to us. And we need 2 days to calm down.
140.
You pundits, you're part of the club now. Well, Rob Grundy's got a chance for a bit of revenge here, hasn't he? Having left 161 after 9 darts himself.
134. Robbie require 161.
Not going to happen. So Ward for the win. 170.
65. Harry requires 70.
Double 16 will do the job, and Harry Ward wins it with an electrifying
Harry
opening
Ward.
performance. An absolutely brilliant battle in Group B to kick off tonight's tungsten tossing, and it's been absolutely amazing. Harry Ward, 104.16. What a performance. It all turned on that brilliant 167 checkout. Look at the stats on the finishing. Both players hitting 2/3 of their double attempts. Grundy himself averaging 96.95 in defeat. An absolutely amazing opening encounter in Group B. Coming next, follow that, Jared Cole and Willie Borland.
To start our night. Welcome back. Some way to start our night as Harry Ward got the better of Rob Grundy 4-2. Before the break, 104 average, 4 out of 6 when it came to the doubling, and that 167 really did change the complexion of the match. Right, next up for us, it is a first look at this week for Jared Cole, former finalist in this competition. Up against Willie Bourne, the man who get the closest chase to Thibaut Cole in Group A. And this is being watched downstairs by Scott and Chris.
Yeah, thanks, H. Yeah, recent move for Jared Cole to Chandler's Ford. Seen his darts have a bit of a lift, if I'm totally honest. Willie Ball in there, 27 now.
First leg, it's Jared to throw
Remember
first.
that superb
Game on.
9-darter he did at Ali Pali, and that was the last leg of the game as well. If there's a time to do one, that's the time to do one. All about timing.
140.
Talking of timing, Jared Cole jumps straight in with a couple of treble 20s opening visit.
58.
Yeah, good you noted 27 now, actually, Scott, because only 2 days ago he was still 26, Willie Borland.
Yes, obviously we're friends on social media. I won't mention which one. I saw the
85.
birthday tributes come pouring in.
He would have liked a different result at the end of Group A to just put the
60.
cherry on the birthday cake. Ended up 4 points behind Thibaut Tricol, who had that stunning run, 13 consecutive matches won by the Frenchman. Not much Borland could do to stop that. Not much he can do to stop that either. Already our 5th 180 of the evening.
140.
We seem to have started
Jared,
where we
you
left
require
off in
96.
game 1. We did see this as a potential for this group.
Game shot on the first leg.
There we go.
Jared
Jared
Cole.
Cole, nice and clean, 96, 2 darts.
We've had
Second leg, it's Willie to throw
seven legs of
first.
darts tonight so far. 3 of them have been 11 darters.
97.
Pretty impressive stat. Jared, another one that's been on the Challenge Tour.
135.
I've been alongside him most of the year. And yeah, 30th place finish for him. He would be disappointed with that. But he has come good tail end of the year.
Yeah, decent player. And I think we've seen it all day today. The
140.
benefit of the sort of 10 years or so now of the fully fledged JDC youth
100.
system. You know, people like Jared Cole played on that. Keelan Kay, Charlie Large, you know, all these players were part of that system at one time or another. It shows that this
98.
conveyor belt of young talent is coming through.
164.
Yeah, very much so. Jared, one of those who
58.
was an England youth player when I was playing in the England senior team.
$81.
Well, he needed the bullseye to complete the combo. Couldn't quite manage it. And Willie Borland can pick his pocket on double 18.
Game shot
and
the
does
second
so.
leg.
Well, we're
Willie
seeing
Borland.
everything tonight. Big scores, big checkouts, high averages. This could turn into one of the
Well,
most
against Jared to
memorable
throw first.
modus
Game on.
darts nights ever.
Pens are on fire here. I've never seen a big borrow catch fire, but we're
140.
very close to it early doors here. We'll have to turn the aircon on to cool the pens down.
93.
I will. Coal fire, that's the question, Scott.
$140.
As a player, I think you get in this situation and you'll know you're playing another good player every time.
180.
Funny enough, I spoke about the Challenge Tour stats there. Willie Borland finished just 3 places above Jared in the Challenge Tour this year.
140.
So that was the indication that this game could be very tight.
Yeah, now are we going to see
96.
a fourth
Jared, you require 81.
11 dart leg? In 9 legs of darts. We're not, but we might see a 12. Oh, well, he needed a 12, but he didn't get one. He's opened the door for Borland here.
34. Willie require
Missed the big number there as well on the last dart. So Borland's gone the way we know. Bullseye.
107. Jared, you require
Not to
47.
be on this occasion. So Cole gets back. It's 47, and you feel it must go.
Game shot in the
And it
third
quite
leg.
duly does.
Jared Cole.
Nice little 14-dart leg that turned into.
And we get
Four
to
against
the
Willie
end of the
to throw
third leg. It's that
first.
point of the match where we always show you the averages. And look, 118
99.
from Jared Cole in this game so far. Balling himself firmly in three figures as well. Cole not slowing down.
180.
It's just two lads just getting on with it, isn't it? It's lovely to watch.
59.
And remarkable. We're getting towards ridiculous record territory if he carries on at this kind of level.
82. 43.
Surely got to be up there with the PB for Jared Cole himself.
59.
Hasn't it a treble since I mentioned that average?
100.
Just about to say, don't start thinking now, lads. We were enjoying this.
95.
Yeah, his average has crashed down. It's got slipped down to a shoddy 114.61.
40.
Might be about to go
Jared, you're
3-1 up here.
85.
85 on the table.
That's a tidy treble. Can he finish it off for double 10?
Game
Yes,
shot
he
in the
does.
fourth leg. Jared Cole.
That was a steal of throw. 15. Just hanging about this leg.
Fifth leg, it's
15
Jared
dart
to throw
leg.
first. Game on.
Yeah, and Willie Borland's got the look of a man who's not quite sure what's hit him here. Oh, look at this.
140.
Put one either side. Tried to put one in the middle as well. Borland, though, bites back.
139.
No quarter asked and none given here in this one.
40. 100.
Like a concentration. They're really not taking a lot of notice of each other. They're just absolutely getting on with it. And look at that treble and say, I'm sticking you to the board. You're going
43.
nowhere.
Oh, we thought that first match was fabulous. The averages were 104.16 and 96.95. Now this game could actually outdo that straight away.
Had a first start from Jared. He has been
140.
a couple of visits where he's not quite got the first one right, and they then don't go. But
100. Jared, you require 138. 48. Will he record
yeah, no, a big 19 would have been better with that second dart. He was unfortunate straight into the 3. Well, he'll now just set this up, which he
83.
quite duly
Jared, you
does.
require 90.
Went for the bullseye. He's done 85 in a couple of darts already, but that was a bit of a
74. Will he
bold
require
move
40.
from Jared Cole. Could have left the bullseye at the end of that
Game shot on
visit
the
rather
fifth
than
leg.
going for it at the
Willie
start.
Borland.
And he's been made to pay for that decision.
I think that's just a sign of how he felt he was playing. I think he felt he could hit the
Sixth leg, it's
bullseye
Willie
or at
to
least
throw
two
first.
25s. Got a little head shake with him there. He knows that he's probably now, in hindsight,
39.
made the wrong decision. Do the simple thing. Have to get yourself a dart at it if you're going to win a leg. And if you don't get a dart at it, you've got no chance of winning the leg.
140.
Yeah, it should have, or could have been,
100.
should I say, aimed at the 20s, and two singles would have left the bull at the end. He's still in command in the match. Even if Borland manages to get level, he will have the darts in a decider.
60.
Three of a dart player's most famous words are coulda, woulda, shoulda. They're the three that they
100.
use most, and that includes me.
$99. 98.
Bolland on 164. We've already seen a stunning 167 tonight.
145, will he record
Harry Ward, the
164.
winner of the first game. Another in there would put Bolland in the same bracket. Bull
139.
gets away from him, and the game could have got away from him as a result.
He finds it quite funny. It's like, I did my best. I had a go. It didn't quite go. He feels it's going to go,
37.
and it hasn't. Sometimes that happens.
25.
And now 3-3 is staring him in the face. Can he finish it off?
17.
Well, Double Eight gets away from him as
Challenger
well.
required 20.
Old jazz hands, but not in celebration. Bolland nodding away vigorously. He thinks it's all over. It is
Game
now.
shot on the match.
Derek Cole, a 4-2
Jared Cole.
success. He is the king of the castle in his opening match, and what a match it was. The average did slip in the end, but it only slipped as far as 101.48. It was so high for the first half of the match, up in the 120 range. But Cole, with some high-scoring, clinical finishing, gets over the line. 4-2 over Willie Borland. Next up, Rob Grundy is back in action, looking for his first win, and it's the first appearance for Danny Smith.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. So before the break, Jared Cole got out the gate with a ton-topping average and getting the better of Willie Borland by 4 legs to 2. 101.5 it was in the end. It was actually teetering around the 110s at one point, but 409 on the doubles. He is a victor. Right, it's time to see Rob Grundy once again in action. He lost out to Harry Ward in his opener. He takes on Danny Smith back at the Super Series. And watching this one down in the commentary box, it's Scott and Chris.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yeah, Rob Grundy looking to bounce back from defeat, but doesn't need to change his performance levels at all. He played really well in that opening match against Harry Ward. Ran into an inspired opponent. Takes on desperate Danny Smith in his hometown, looking to make it through finals night and bring friends and family with him. Rob Grundy's posse have a longer way to travel, all the way from Hartlepool, but his brother did make that trip on Saturday, surprised him as well, turned up without Rob's knowledge and was here
First
in the
leg,
audience
it's Danny to throw
on
first.
Saturday night.
Game on.
Smith, who has the darts, he's had his pre-match meal of cow pie as Desperate Dan, and he's ready to get his teeth into Group B at the Super Series.
96.
Yeah, he sure is. And the other difficult thing about this Group B is there's always one player has to be in the number 5 position.
140.
So he always has to come in a little cold against one of the 4 in front of him. But he does have the advantage of having the darts.
40.
So I can see that the way the draw works, it's kind of done and to even things out a little bit if it can be.
Kind of get to see a chance to put more pressure on Grundy as well. The fact that Grundy's lost his first match might play into Danny's wheelhouse a little bit. He's the last player we'll see on week 1 of the new series. Many familiar faces to come. More on that later tonight. Just first time I've been sat with you in the comms box this week. Scott, what were your overall impressions
100.
of the last series and Champions Night in particular?
Again, I think the way that it's set up, it's just perfect. And yeah, maybe there were a couple that maybe unluckily missed out on making Champions Night, but I don't think that didn't enhance what we had as a product in any way on that finals night. It was some great viewing and some great stuff, and I just think this is what the MODUS Super Series brings, and for players who don't get lots of TV time, and it's TV time with a amount of pressure added to it as well. You know, we speak about this every time I'm here, and Glenn and I had a long conversation how it took us kind of 3 or 4 years to get 5 games on TV, and the guys now with this series get it within a week if they're lucky enough. And so this is always going to enhance, and things like Under Pressure in those big weeks are just amazing to watch.
Robbie Raccoon 121.
Grundy, of course, was part of that Champions Night. He's not going to finish now. There was just a moment as well, Scott, where 16-year-old reigning champ handed the trophy to the 56-year-old new champion. And I thought that said everything. Opportunity, that's what it's all about. Opportunities for all. Here's an opportunity for Danny Smith to win his first leg of the night.
48.
Can't quite manage
Robbie
it.
requires 76.
Yeah, not quite the trajectory to get it in the right place. And now Grundy has 2 at double 8.
Game shown the first leg. Rob Grundy
He takes it for a 17-dart leg.
Second against Rob to throw first. Game on.
Game's the sort of group so far that 1 and 2 darts is all you're going to get the way that we're watching in these first few matches.
Yeah, we haven't seen many misses. The doubling percentages have been high. The worst is Willie Borland.
180.
Hit a third of his attempts. That means if you get a double, you're going to hit it. And that's as bad as it's been. All 3 in the treble from Danny Smith.
100.
This was what I was saying earlier about Danny. He definitely has the capabilities
100.
to live with these guys, and he's probably not the name that people at home watching would recognise maybe or seen too much here on the Super Series, but
100.
he's local and I've known him a long time, and he has the ability, once he gets his darts head on, he really can live and beat anybody.
57.
Just switching around, ensuring he leaves some kind of finish. But after the 180, he hasn't really kicked on, and the consistency of Grundy in this leg has kept him in it. Gone 101, 100,
60.
100.
Danny
But that
Rick,
is a bit of a
164.
slip. And Danny Smith would think he might have 6 darts from here.
You feel he has to turn that 100 corner, don't you? You have,
82.
and that he's just done that with
Robbie
that last
Rick,
dart.
140.
It's one of those situations where a ton to leave him 64 you would like to have thought would have been enough. Oh dear. Commentator's curse once again. Double 10 for Grundy.
Game shot in the second
He
leg.
finds it. So he
Rob
could have
Grundy.
hit basically 162 and left double 1, and it wouldn't have helped him.
Danny Smith left
So look,
to
it's
ponder
Danny to
what's
throw
just
first.
occurred. But it's
Game
another
on.
supersized checkout tonight. We've seen 100 checkouts from 4 of the 6 players already now.
100.
4 of the 6 mat fixtures, opponents on either side. Grundy's got a couple now, counting his one in the first match. Yeah, but Danny Smith just looked bewildered after that, didn't he? A little like Woody
100.
Borden must have felt after in his previous match when he missed out, and a little like Grundy himself must have felt when Harry Ward took out the
140.
167 in the first match.
And at the end of the day, what has Danny done wrong? He's wired a double top, and if that's wrong, then I wish I could be more as wrong as that a lot more often.
100.
It's getting super darts here this evening. I like to say it's because it's not
55.
summer and it's, everybody's now getting used to playing when it's dark outside. It's dark outside when we leave from the afternoon session these days.
Lovely darts from Rob Grundy. He's carrying on at that level that he played in the first match. We said that's the kind of thing he needed to do. Just not worry about the defeat. Carry on playing. What a shot from Smith.
174.
Well, now,
Robbie
if
Rick,
Grundy takes this out, I think
161.
Danny Smith might just walk off the stage and give him the match. Not going to happen.
You would say that if he had got that, Danny, you would say that Danny
85.
must have run over
Danny
that cat
Rick,
somewhere on the
32.
way.
But he's still got to do his job here.
Game
and he
shot
has
in
done
the
his job
third
there.
leg. Danny Smith.
And both players here are producing another really high standard game.
Fourth leg is Rob to throw first. Game on.
97 across the board on the averages. That is really, really top notch.
60.
Marvellous darts, that's what it is. What these groups do. Throw up. Everybody knows
59.
in this group of 5 that they're going to have to play somewhere very near their best over 8 games to take one of those 3 spots. Saturday night from Group B.
140.
Early doors. That is exactly what we're seeing. Seeing players close to their very best.
57.
Concentrating on what they're doing.
But if this standard can be sustained by all of the 5 players in this group tonight, then we would be in the territory. Well, look at that. Nice catch. We'd be in the
60.
territory of one of the best groups ever.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
$85.
It's fine with that last one. Danny Smith to keep him in touch.
Doesn't want to let Rob Grundy get down to a double. He only
60.
missed 1 double so far in 2 matches. And he was punished to the hilt when he did. Missed 1 dart that first game. Then Harry Ward hit the
61.
167, but his stats for the night are quite remarkable. 4 out of 5. Where does he want to go?
105.
Yeah, some sense in that. It means that he wouldn't have to finish on the bullseye. He can go for the outer ring.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to hit a treble to get a double
59.
rather than having to have a go at the
Robbie
bullseye.
requires
So
76.
sensible thinking there from Grundy.
And he opts for tops.
36.
Second double is missed, but at this stage it doesn't matter because Danny Smith cannot finish.
$59. Robbie required 40. Game shot on the 4th leg.
Does
Rob
not miss
Grundy.
another, and Grundy is one away from a win. He's been made to work very hard for this for much of the match. Danny Smith was troubling him with a
5th leg is
high
Danny to throw
90s
first.
average. That's
Game on.
dropped off after a poorer leg from the pair of them. 19 darts in the end it took Grundy to go out in. But the way that he's kept his level just above that of Danny
58.
Smith has been impressive.
We're getting some head shaking from Danny now. Not a good sign.
60. $140.
A tidy pickup there from Danny Smith.
$58.
He himself may have a look on the 19s here.
$93.
You see the reason why players do that, but is there really any need to think about it when your opponent's on 383?
I think it's just habit, Murph. I think you get into good habits, and that's a good habit to get into. And it shows that he's not really looking at what his
76.
opposition is doing. It shows he's concentrating on him for me. So, not a bad thing.
You've always got a positive spin, haven't you, Scott, on everything?
Yeah, you have to have a positive spin. Otherwise, there's no
59.
point in doing it. So, sometimes you're clutching at positive straws. But I like that way. I like what he did. And the reason that he did it, and then Rob's been watching that as well, knowing that he went the
85.
right way.
Danny record
And that kind of could
151.
affect your opponent as well. So not going the right way, can have an adverse effect.
60.
He chips 60 off there. There's half an argument that he could have used a bullseye with his last start. 86, a slightly more favourable finish. And he was sort of nodding away there. You think maybe that thought was going through his own head
94.
afterwards.
Danny record 91.
He has to go bullseye now, surely. I was right. Now it's bullseye again. He's got one right next door
Game shot
and
in the
used the
5th
dart
leg.
perfectly.
Danny Smith.
Take a bow, Danny Smith. Lovely bullseye finish there for 91. Just
Six legged
reminding Rob
Rob
Grundy
to
that
throw
he's still there
first.
as well.
Yeah, took your advice and he
Game on.
laid down a little marker and used it, bounced it off the barrel brilliantly there, Smith. Needs to break, though, to stay in this game.
The only other perfect dart on that
60.
ball shot is the one right above the bullseye where,
Alternatively for Rob Grundy, right below the bullseye.
yeah, very much so.
100.
That will cause him to switch. May even do that again.
57.
Chasing around by landing those darts above the beds, therefore blocking them.
60.
Just tailed off in standard this game. I think Rob Grundy's starting to just get a little frustrated with himself. There's a few head shakes.
140. 94.
Big leg, this one, in context of the game, obviously.
95.
And he really wants to stay in touch here, so ton minimum requirement. Some sort of treble has got to get him in the same street. Rob Grundy,
59.
and that hasn't happened.
Robbie required
There's
149.
advantage Grundy.
Yeah, he's got half a dozen darts from here. May only need 3. Not going to complete another big combo. He had a 140 earlier in the match.
97.
But he will tee up a finish, and he's 3 out of 4 in this game. Five out of 7 for the night.
94.
You would expect
Robbie required 52.
Rob Grundy to get the game won.
Game shot,
he does
and the
exactly that.
match.
A 4-2
Rob
success
Grundy.
for Rob Grundy over Danny Smith, and it's the finishing again that's been sublime. Not just from Grundy, to be fair, the pair of them. There were 8 darts thrown at double in that match. 6 of them were hit, 4 of them for Rob Grundy, including a 140 checkout in there as well. The averages were in the high 90s for the first half of the game. It tailed off, but they tailed off together, and it allowed Rob Grundy to just keep that advantage, get over the line, and get his first win of the night. Coming next, Harry Ward and Jared Cole, who both won their opening matches.
And if you need to release that VT in a different form, get the two players on stage to do it because they have perfected the ticketing news line. And they've actually been perfect tonight as well of Harry Ward and Jared Cole, both winning their opening games by 4 legs to 2. The victor will be the first lot of 4 points tonight. And downstairs in the commentary box, talking you through the action, it's back to Chris and to Scott.
Yeah, thanks, Henry. You're absolutely right. Something has got to give in this one. Somebody will lose their unbeaten record. We do not know at this moment which one that will be. Both had great games to open up this evening. Both hitting 100 averages. Where this will go, who knows?
Jared Cole got his on-topping display in a 4-2 victory against Willie
First leg,
Borland.
it's Harry to throw first.
Harry Ward
Game on.
But 104.16, took out a 167 finish and hit 3 180s in a 4-2 success against Rob Grundy, who's since gone on to win 4-2 himself. In fact, every match so far has won that scoreline. The average scoreline here at the MODUS Super Series.
Yeah, people say nobody likes a show off, but I've got to say I really
95.
loved the Harry Ward game. What a great game that was.
Really enjoyable stuff. And he's one of those players that when he's in full swing, he is a joy to watch. A real darting delight,
140.
Big H.
$140.
And already it looks like an early start where these two boys are going to push each other along on the treble scoring. And
115.
love the last start there for Ward to leave a double or leave a shot out, should we say?
No doubt about Jared Cole leaving an outshot because he has just piled in yet another 180 this evening.
That takes him for 3 on the evening, the same as Harry Ward.
Require 86.
I've already had a fair few legs, one in
78.
4
Harry
visits.
required
This one
51.
won't be, meaning Ward might just hold on to his throw here. Double 16 would get him it. That could be used.
19.
It's not used, not
Jared
utilised,
require 8.
and the leg could be lost. Double 4 for Cole.
Game shot on the first leg. Jared Cole.
Need us a breaker throw to Jared Cole.
Second leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game on.
My eagle-eyed colleagues has just pointed out that 8 of the last 9 games today have been
180.
won by a 4-2 scoreline. In fashion, on vogue, as a 180s.
180.
I didn't say it. I kept
60.
it to myself.
Or keep it to yourself for another 3 darts at least. There's one. That run is over. Thought Mitchell can
100.
talk again.
I got to the point there where I wasn't even breathing. Yeah.
80.
Well, after the perfect start from each player in this leg,
81.
probably just about still advantage Jared Cole, even though Ward's first to a finish, and he's also first to a finish we've seen already tonight.
45.
Maybe that
Harry
advantage has
require
just
140.
quickly disappeared.
Yeah, effectively with our visit, the darts have been turned and definitely have done with this visit. Oh, 16.
Game shot on the
tidy
second leg.
finish.
Harry Ward.
It's another 140, a different way than Rob Grundy did the 140. He did the more traditional
Look
route.
at Harry to throw first.
But when they go in, they go in. It doesn't matter which route you go. And what a way to break back from Harry Ward.
We've had a 100, a 106.
180.
Bucket loads of 180s in the scoring stakes. 2 140s, one from Harry Ward, and that 167 he hit earlier on. What on earth is
100.
going on tonight? What's occurring?
Something in the water. We are in the harbour area of Portsmouth.
96.
Really remarkable stuff, this. From both players, from all the players. Another,
140.
but it does get Jared Cole back in the same kind of vicinity as Harry Ward.
I've noticed Jared Cole's using a slightly different barrel to when he was last here.
180.
Another 180 to Harry Ward. I think that's number 6 so far on the evening.
Right, stop it now.
140.
That treble 20
Harry
bed must be
45.
weeping at the moment. It'll be a light relief for it that we're at the end of a leg and not aiming for it anymore. Double 16.
13.
Now he has
Jared
a
required
little
121.
chink in the armour with that double tonight in this match. And Jared Cole could pick his pocket on double 14. Wow,
Game
it's
shot in the
another
third leg.
ton-topping checkout.
Jared
This
Cole.
is getting ridiculous.
He's a player.
Well, it's
They're
Jared
just
to throw
bouncing off of one
first.
another, aren't they? This is super to watch. Oh, well, just for a change. Go on, then.
180.
I don't know what to count. Do I count 180s? Do I count ton plus checkouts?
I'll cover the 180s. You do the one. You do the ton plus
42.
checkouts. It's just got it's pandemonium here in the commentary box, trying to record these stats.
Well, 6 of the 180s have come in this game, and there's been 6
60.
three-figure finishes this evening as well. 2 140s, that 121, the 167, the 106, and 100.
174.
Proper telly darts. This.
I mean, this is laughable.
60.
Finally, one of them's had a rest. The treble 20s had a throw off from being absolutely peppered.
125.
Still no mercy shown on it there from Harry Ward. He's set up 160. He'll probably take that out as well. That's just the way things are going tonight.
177. Harry,
6
record
180s,
160.
a 174, a 177, and now a 160 finish. Not quite.
Oh, almost, mate.
80.
Nearly
Jared
called it
required
in.
24. Game shot on the fourth leg. Jared Cole.
A little 13 darter to keep us interested. Wow.
Fifth leg, it's Harry to throw first. Game on.
Harry Ward averaging 109.41 and losing 3-1.
60.
Jared Cole, 112.08. He was producing these kind of numbers in the early part of the match against Willie Borland as well. It dropped a little bit towards the end.
96.
Still finished just a shade under a ton, but... Sorry, just a shade over a ton.
121.
But the standard he's producing in the evening as a whole, I mean, this is not just match-winning form. It's not just night-winning form. In fact, it's not
96.
just week-winning form. This is championship-winning form.
Yeah, we've got 5 of them doing it. That's the point. On
180.
one evening.
So Harry lands his 4th maximum of this match,
83.
match
Harry required
in which he's already
140.
taken out this finish. Did it with 2 treble 18s and a double 16. Won't be repeating the sweet feat, but he will
88.
be coming back for 52.
$96.
So,
Harry
Cole
required 52.
just keeps him honest. On most legs being on 130 after 12, you would fancy yourself, but Ward down on 52.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Nice little
Harry Ward.
15 dart leg there. Harry Ward to keep him in it.
Sixth leg, it's Jared to throw
It's
first.
all about the Jared
Game.
Cole throw.
$140.
Calm and composed as the dream start.
Dream dart for Harry Ward to work off.
83.
Just goes a bit wayward. So Cole still in command. Had the Lord of the Board this afternoon. Tonight we've got the King of the Castle.
95. $58. 137.
When Cole returns, he will have the chance to win it. And not only that, he's going to get a couple of goes at the 129 as well.
56. Jared Jericho.
This time he's
129.
maintained the A+ standard throughout the match. Treble 20 would have left the bullseye. Instead, he can just try and set up now.
64.
Rod, all he can do is try and hit as many of those red bits as he can. Not quite leaving a finish, so it's all about Jared Cole. He will want to finish it here and now, and he does.
On the match.
A super
Jared
match
Cole.
from Jared Cole. He goes unbeaten. Up onto 4 points in Group B in the early stages, tops the group. What a sensational match that was. 106 for Jared Cole. 102 for Harry Ward, and he walks away with just the 2 legs. How can that happen? Double stats particularly good. We head into a short break, and we will return with some more of this fantastic action with Willie Borland taking on Danny Smith.
Well, that was one of those games that you just never wanted to end, was it? But I want to know what Jared Cole had for breakfast, and whatever it is, I want to subscribe to it. Averages of 101 and 106, a 4-2 victory against Harry Ward, who himself lost with an average of 102, 4 180s and a 140 checkout. This has been crazy tonight, and we're only at the halfway point as we see Willie Borland in action up against Danny Smith. Keep this going, lads, and keeping going in the commentary box, Chris Murphy, Scott Mitchell.
Yeah, one of those nights where the darts do the talking. We're kind of redundant this evening, myself and Scott, but the players are certainly putting on a show, and we hope that does indeed continue here in a match.
First leg, it's Willie to throw first. Game on.
Yet taste victory this evening. Danny Smith went down to Rob Grundy.
59.
4-2. Willie Borland went down 4-2. Jared Cole. Every match has been 4-2. That incredible run of that scoreline continues. So we know what the score is likely to be, but which way will it go, Scotty Dog?
Well, the way the last ones have gone, I can't tell you.
97.
I'm back on me fence. It's been under a lot of pressure, that fence today. But yeah.
44.
Another news today. Reece Colley, who was here a couple of weeks ago, lost in the final to Steve West. Him and his partner celebrated the birth of a baby girl yesterday, Katie May. So congratulations to Reece Colley. My England roommate for 7 days a few weeks back.
Yeah, and someone who should have taken your lead.
96.
Gone down the dog nickname route, shouldn't he? You'll have to have a word.
What, Reece Colley the dog?
59.
We had the bulldog this afternoon. Why is it always sort of vicious dogs? Why is no one called like the cockapoo?
Yeah, maybe. Or the prancing poodle or something like that. We don't ever see that, do we?
Well, tonight's darts has been the dogs actually better not go there.
140.
Danny Smith looking for a big finish of his own. 164. May use the ball at some point. Well, don't think it was his intention then, but you can't quite
40.
tell with that dart.
He required 46.
No man's land, and Borland can take full advantage on double 18.
Game shot
Which
on
he
the
does.
first leg. Willie Borland.
Only with the
Second
throw,
against
nothing
Danny
for
to
Danny
throw
to
first.
panic about
Game
at
on.
the minute, but gonna find his scoring boots again. I think you can
53.
see already in this group that everybody around him is peppering that treble 20, and as a player that can get on your mind, you can start to overthink,
57.
get swallowed up in the occasion if you're not careful.
Yeah, if you said to Danny Smith for the first 4 legs or so of your first match, you're going to average about 97, he'd have taken that.
180.
He lost that match. 4-2. Just get his skates on.
96.
Slams in a maximum. The 16th of tonight. This is game 5.
92.
Second of the evening, and that would take him, if we had a 180 table, into third position amongst the players this evening
86.
so far.
There's Harry Ward. He's at 7 of them. As Jared Cole's got 5.
60.
Willie Borland will fancy something sizable here, but he's not going to get it.
44.
So Danny Smith has every
And he required
opportunity
116.
to cancel out the lead.
Game shot on the
And
second
that's
leg.
better from Danny Smith. Nice little 15 dart leg, 116 shot. Holds on to his throat.
So look, it's Willie to throw first.
I'll give him a little bit of confidence.
And I make that a 7th
140.
ton plus checkout of the night as well.
Well, I dedicated those to you, didn't I? I dedicated those to you. So,
100.
yeah, great work, Murph. Great work.
But it's more than a quarter of legs that have been won
100.
with 3-figure finishes. Trying to sweep across from right to left.
99. 97.
A quirk of Danny Smith there, just as a look to make sure his dart's actually in his hand before he throws it.
92.
Always a good idea.
Will he require 164?
Maybe he's checking the point still on it. Maybe he lost a point at some point and thrown one
96.
without realising in the past. Maybe it's something that I used to check my flights were still on and just tap them every throw. Just tap the top of the flight.
60. Will he require 68?
Wants those ones back as ball and dice up 68. Double four will complete the combo right on the wire.
Game shot on the
And then
third
used,
leg.
brushes
Willie
the barrel
Boyd.
and goes into the bed. Big Willie leads 2-1.
Fourth leg, it's Danny to throw first. Game on. $57. 85.
Not a good off from Danny there, but he's kind of got away with it. Now he's making up for it.
180.
Second of the match. Third of the evening.
57.
17 tonight from all the players combined.
140.
Reached a little bit with that last one, but he has put himself in a very promising position still.
Yeah, just kind of held on to it a fraction too long and dragged it down, but
124.
he's happy in the position he's in at the moment. This position, though, you've got to keep hitting the big numbers and
84.
makes up for it nicely. That last one.
80.
It's after 12
And
for
he
Smith
requires
is not
40.
too shabby at all.
Game shot on the
lovely.
fourth leg.
Finds it for a
Danny
13
Smith.
darter. And Danny Smith, exactly like Scott Mitchell said, to his credit at the start of the night, showing that he actually
Fifth leg, it's Willie to throw first.
is welcome company for this group. He's not here to make up the numbers. Yeah, maybe he's the rank outsider. There's
180.
less known about him for people outside of the Hampshire area, but he's showing that he can live with these players,
100.
even when they start legs like that.
$60.
Finishing tonight has been ridiculous as well. This match, an example of it. Just one dart missed at double
100.
between them. 4 out of 7. Cole in victory in his last game. Before that, Grundy was 4 out of 5, while Smith himself was 2 out of 3.
97.
Yeah, it's the overall standard right across the board, isn't it? Special group, this one.
97. Willie record 164.
We know that they're not averse to big finishes either. This one won't go.
92.
Does take enough of it to leave himself on 2-dart territory or single, double.
46. Willie requires 72.
And at the same time, giving themselves an awful lot to live up to tomorrow night as well.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Yeah, we need
Willie
a
Boyd.
repeat of this on Friday, that's for sure, because it's been quite incredible. Arrow slinging so far.
Sixth leg, it's Danny to throw first.
It's Danny
Game
Smith, though, that's desperate for points here. Both players lost their openers, and it looks like Borland has put himself on the final corner, ready to hurtle
58.
towards the checkered flag.
$58. 59.
In the first few legs, Danny Smith has replied with darts 4, 5 and 6 big style, and that's the first
60.
time I think in this match he hasn't. It's probably the most crucial time where he's got the throw and trying to make it 3-3.
98.
Just keeping his nose in front in this leg, but one big visit from Borland turns the leg in the Scotsman's favour.
100.
wanting now to follow in the footsteps of Jim McEwen, who enjoyed that tartan triumph on Saturday and became the
60.
Series 5 champion.
Yeah, I was a big fan of that. One for the seniors, the World Seniors Tour. We're still there. Come on, old boys. We've got it.
And off the back of a final at the seniors match play as well for
137.
McEwen. So it just goes to show that bit of experience in front of the cameras and on the stage. Recent experience might have just done the
56.
trick.
Will he require 146?
Staying it, Danny Smith may have to take out the biggest check out of them all.
60.
But
Danny require
tonight it's just like
170.
we've got our dibbers and our dabbers, and we're trying to just dot out the bingo card. That one, though,
60.
not out yet.
Will he require 86? 61. Danny
Why
require
is the buller for the
110.
second time this evening, Willie Borland?
Last chance here for what a dart that is for double 18.
78.
But he got a little excited, didn't
Will
he,
he
having
require
located the
25?
treble, and then the dart double was disastrous for Danny. And
Game
it's
shot and
Willie
the
win
match.
as Borland
Willie
gets the
Borland.
victory. Another 4-2 scoreline tonight. Every single match has been completed in 6 legs. We reach the halfway stage of the evening, and it's Danny Smith who's without a win, but not for want of trying. Another very decent display from Danny, 86.66, 2 out of 3 on the doubles, including another ton-topping checkout. But Borland produced enough to beat him, and he picks up his first points of the night. After the break, the best performer of a brilliant evening, Jared Cole, takes on Rob Grundy.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. We're halfway through an interesting night's action here in Group B. Scott Mitchell alongside me up here. Well, to talk about a night which is kind of a little bit like no other.
Absolutely. It started with sensational speed and it's just kept going, hasn't it? And kept giving more. And I think that, we've still got another 5 games to come and we've got more of this to come, hopefully.
Well, this is what we've seen so far this evening then by way of results. Well, every game's gone 4-2, and in matter of fact, 4 of the last 5 games of the afternoon session went 4-2. So, I mean, as a bet builder for later on this evening, maybe the over 5.5 market might be something of interest. But let's talk you through the story of the night. We'll talk about Harry Ward first up in his game against Rob Grundy. 1-6-7 and a victory against Rob in that one. And this kind of really set the tone, didn't it, for what we had to come this evening?
Yeah, I think it probably frightened all the guys in the back room that were watching on the TV back there. This was a sensational start to the evening. And, it continued again in game 2. But we just knew that this group had the chance to start performing like this. And they've duly performed. Nobody seems to be taking a great deal of notice of one another. They're just getting on with their own thing. And this is what they can produce once you're not thinking a lot about what you're doing.
As Chris Mason would say up here on the balcony, setbacks lead for comebacks. And that was exactly what Rob then did. Next up, getting the better of Danny Smith by 4 legs to 2. And as has been the theme of this evening, just another ton plus checkout.
Yeah, absolutely. Danny was probably thinking he was comfortable in that leg and maybe was going to get back. But Rob had other ideas. And what a super 140 shot that was.
And then he'd go on and seal the victory against Danny Smith, who's actually played a lot better tonight than he has done in previous appearances. I was actually having a chat with him as he left the stage. It's the best he's feeling for a long time. He's just walked into one really this evening, hasn't he?
He really has, but I did say at the top of the show, he has the game to stick with these guys, and he's actually showed that in the first 2 games. It's now he's got to get his head down and keep working hard and keep believing in himself, and then the wins can come.
And undoubtedly speaking, the game of the night was the match between Harry Ward and Jared Cole. Well, it's something that's MSS gold worthy, to be perfectly honest. Ward takes out this 140. Cole's left on the 136 for 2-0. And Ward, as I say, gets that 1-1. And that's another one in his arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all in his repertoire, aren't they? And look, Harry's playing differently since he's come back from his retirement stint. And Jared Cole just goes back at you, babe, with a 1-2-1. While Ward was thinking he was sat there waiting to go. And I like to see that fist pump on big shots like that. It's the camaraderie is very good.
And then Cole hits tops. And then have a look at the averages, because it really was quite the sight to behold. Both averaging above the ton mark. We'll have a look at the averages in just a second. Maybe we won't. Yeah, we are. There's the averages. Just under 107 for Jared Cole. Harry Ward, 102. Ton plus finishes aplenty, 7 180s. That's a game that mixes it in any environment, in any room, isn't it?
Absolutely. And at that point in the evening, Harry Ward was actually running 103 average for the evening, won a game and lost a game. I mean, that's sensational stuff.
Well, though... we'll start that bit again, won't we? Jared Cole has won both of his matches so far this evening. I will get a sentence together at some point. He's won both of his matches this evening, and he is top of the pile as far as the table is concerned. But we're going to pause this week for now, and we're going to look at next week at the Super Series, because there's a mixture of a little bit of everything. We've got some players that have won Challenge Tour events this year. We've got players who've been at the top of their local ranking tables, and we've even got a commentator in the mix as well.
Yeah, no pressure. So, being on the other half of the production next week will be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, thanks for the group that you put me in. I'm chuffed for you. Thank you.
All I'm saying, right, no pressure, but Chris Mason's one on that stage.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'll do my best.
I know you most certainly will. Monday, 9:30, the action gets underway. Next up for us, it is Grundy against Cole, and this could be a little bit good.
Absolutely. Everything that we've seen so far tonight is saying that this could be a big game into where the group goes. So it's one we will be watching with interest.
We will watch with interest, and we'll watch it downstairs, where Scott's going to make his way down to join Chris Murphy.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yeah, looking forward to this one based on what we've seen from the pair of them so far. Jared Cole, as the boys on the balcony were just talking about, has been the standout player of the evening. He is top of the table on 4 points, but if Grundy beats him, he'll join him by picking up the 2 in this match. Danny Smith cut adrift at the bottom of the field without a point to his name, but not without decent displays this evening. But Grundy, Ball and Ward and Cole have all been up there with the best of what we see at the Super Series, and let's hope it continues in the second half of the night in the same vein as the first half, because it was absolutely magnificent and we want more.
First leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on.
And you're going to get more, 5 more matches to bring you between now and the end of tonight's play, as Rob Grundy begins his stack attack towards the treble 20. And then Jared Cole, I can't quite follow.
45.
Perfect.
60.
Rob Grundy not able to do it. I do hope that we're not going to get an evening of 2 halves, because that first half was
96.
special. Plenty of highlights from it. 18 maximums thrown in 5 games of darts.
180.
19 maximums thrown in 5.1 games of darts.
56. Robbie Require 161.
7 3-figure finishes thrown in 5 games of darts. The bullseye would make that 8. Oh, so close from Rob Grundy. Whistles past the ring, almost betting the bullseye for a 161 checkout to start the match. And I tell you what,
180.
this night is going to continue.
25.
I thought the fireworks were last week. But this has been sparkling Super Series stuff. Not bad for a Thursday evening at the Arrows.
17.
And now Jared Cole gets
Jared
the opportunity
124.
to burgle Rob. Can't manage to locate a treble, so Grundy
53.
returns for double
Robbie
4.
Require 8.
And Scott Mitchell returns from the balcony.
What have I missed? What have I missed?
Rob Grundy missed the bull for a 161. He's now missed the dart at double 4 as well. Make that 2. And 1 at double
4.
2. So the doubling
Jared
from the first half of the
71.
night from Grundy at least has not followed suit yet. Can Cole be cool, calm, collected and clinical?
Yes, on the
yes,
first
he
leg.
can.
Jared Cole.
A 71 out. Not my favourite 71 checkout of the week, Scott, because of course that belonged to Nico Bloom,
Second
didn't
leg
it?
is Jared
21
to throw
bullseye,
first.
2
Game
darts.
on.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be seeing more of him tomorrow, and I'm sure we'll be trying some more of those crazy antics of his on that dartboard.
137.
You going to
100.
be employing such maverick moves when you're back on that stage on Monday?
No, I'm the old traditional school. 82, treble
60.
14, double top.
Watching tonight, giving you the taste for tungsten at the Super Series, or it made you want to run a mile?
No. Well, tonight's made me want to run a mile. This afternoon, I couldn't wait to get up there. No,
95.
every time I come here, it like I say, I've said it in the past. I really enjoyed the throw when I was here before, and you know, I do can't wait to get back up there. Every dart player wants to play more than
100.
commentate, maybe. You know, there's nothing better than playing. And I suppose the next best thing is to commentate about it.
And there's a little twist in the tail as well, the one that you didn't mention when talking to Henry. A certain good friend of yours, a county teammate, and Tommy Morris is in the same week. Now, he's not in the same group, but if you both get to Saturday, that could be fun, couldn't it?
I think he's looking forward to it already. Those that know
60.
Tommy will know that he's,
167.
you know, he's bouncing off the walls. He loves the game, and yeah, he was looking forward to next week, last week, sort of thing. It's yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun. If you missed it, Scott
41.
Mitchell back on stage at the Super
George
Series next week from Monday to
144.
join us 9:30 a.m. Plenty more darts to be thrown this week, of course. And they're being thrown very well tonight.
120. Robbie Racoy, 126.
Have they missed a ton plus shot there? What's going on?
Yeah, rubbish. Can Rob put it right? Because that's a good guide for him. Oh, and he's used it beautifully.
88.
And another three-figure checkout.
Jared Racoy,
Beckons, but
24.
goes begging. 24 for Jared Cole for 2-zip.
Game shot in the
In
second.
it goes.
Jared Cole.
Cole on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. He's
Third leg, it's Rob
just
to
done a
throw
little
first.
tot up there.
Game on.
For this game, he'd had 16 darts at a double. I think for 8 doubles. So he was on
64.
50%. He's now on 2 from 3.
99.
He's over that now. "19 darts. Pretty special evening for him so far.
78.
When you look to this group, the bookies were saying Rob
81.
Grundy and Willie Borland were the two favourites, followed by Harry Ward, and then Jared Cole in 4th place in the betting. He could be 4 points clear of those other 3 and in a very good position.
140.
I always think that Group C and Group B are opposites in the fact that in Group C, you can't win it, you can't go through on Thursday, but you
60.
can certainly go out. Whereas in Group B, you can't go out, but win all your matches and you're as good as through.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, you're looking at 5 wins, aren't you? To get through
59.
of the 3. And you're pretty unlucky if you have 5 wins and don't get through. Oh yeah, great statement there.
But the only scenario
40.
to not go through with
Robbie Racoy, 160.
5 wins is 4 players tied on 10 points. So you would be very unlucky. Rob Grundy, not needing luck, trying to make everything work for himself here. We did have one night when we were 1 result away from all 5 players
65.
being tied on
Robbie
8
Racoy,
points.
20.
Usually 8 will get you through, more often than not. So 4 wins on your first night. There have been players that have missed out on 8,
16.
but not often.
Jared Racoy, 156.
Rob Grundy misses 8 again there. He keeps giving Jared Cole little opportunities, doesn't he?
And we've seen on those stats, he will take them.
56. Robbie Racoy,
Again,
4.
sensibly setting up a 2-darter.
Well, at least it's out of the way.
Game shot in the third
He
leg.
manages to find that
Rob
clear bed in
Grundy.
the end. It took him 12 attempts to locate a double in this game, but he's found one now and has halved the deficit in
Fourth leg,
doing
it's
so.
Jared to throw first. Game on.
And a vital hold for Grundy as well.
140. $97. 137.
And one on that bottom wire. You see, he's really annoyed with himself because he's seeing that as a perfect guide that he's been unable to
98.
use. But not only has he not used it, he's blocked the bed with his second dart.
Well, he's got annoyed with himself with the second dart there and then hasn't really produced with the third either. Sometimes it's
140.
better to worry about the second dart after the third dart's gone.
Well, not like that. Nor that. But he has managed to bounce one in.
Require 84.
Jared Cole, though, has plenty of time to take this out. Just checking Rob Grundy's score and seeing he's not on a finish.
52.
Wise beyond one's years there for Jared Cole.
137.
Still good
Jared
pressure, though,
Require,
from Grundy.
32. Game shot on the 4 flag.
Yeah,
Jared
good
Cole.
dart from Cole. He's certainly been the top performer tonight, or this match hasn't reached a standard of his previous ones, but it hasn't needed to.
If that gets Rob to
And the
throw
big
first.
difference, of
Game.
course, is in the doubling. Rob Grundy having 3 times as many darts at a double as Jared Cole, but Jared Cole hitting 3 more doubles, or 3 times as many
26.
doubles, should I say, than Rob Grundy. If he does make it 3 more doubles, he'll win the match, and it'll be the first score line. Hasn't been 4-2 tonight, but 1 out of 12 against 3 out of 4. That just tells the story, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And 2 and 6 to open up there. The old price of the old dog license back in the day, 2 and 6. What's shouted in the pubs and used to be
60.
back in the day when somebody at 26, it's the dog license.
We're back on dogs, are we, Scotty?
We are indeed.
Jared Cole trying to hold on to his lead here.
180.
He's got a firm grip on it with that maximum.
It's on to 7 maximums alongside Harry Ward.
40.
He's actually turned what was a good performance into a very good
100.
performance in the last couple of legs. He could go out in a dozen darts and average mid-90s here. And add another 3-figure finish to the roll of honour for tonight, which is an extensive one.
Nice turn of pace there from Jared Cole. He had a
95.
wobbly one
Jared
there, and he
121.
quick stepped up to the ocky to make sure it didn't fall out.
Well, he's tried for the 25 there.
113.
One of those shots where Bobby George always tells me that you can't be annoyed if you hit the bullseye going for the 25, because it's actually what you're aiming for. You're aiming for the bull and hoping you miss it.
140.
Yeah, I
Jared
totally agree with
Require,
that.
8. No score.
Oh, he's missed that by a margin.
Robbie Require 140.
And Rob Grundy set on that 140 again. He couldn't, could he?
He couldn't. Meaning Cole comes back, trying to keep a cool head
100.
and avoid the
Jared Require 8.
darting disaster he had last time on this target. Cole clinches it.
Game shot and the
It's a
match.
dominant display
Jared
from the King of the
Cole.
Castle, who makes it a hat-trick of wins on the opening night of Group B. A 4-1 success, the biggest margin of victory that we've seen this evening. Cole claims the points, and Rob Grundy goes down 4-1. There you see the stats, so just dropping below 90 for the first time tonight, Jared Cole. But again, the finishing was sublime. 4 out of 6 for Cole in comparison to just 1 out of 12 for Rob Grundy. That was the big difference, and it is Cole who is running away with it, you have to say, at the top of the table. But he will have a bit of company. Either Harry Ward or Willie Borland will close the gap to 2 points when they meet after the break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Jared Cole is proving to be the player to beat in this Group B, getting the better of Rob Grundy by 4 legs to 1. That means now he's got a 4-point lead on the rest of the group, although caveat to the point that Willie Borland and Harry Ward do have games in hand. And their game at hand is going to come against one another here. This is the battle from what was in Group A early on this week. Harry Ward finished third in the table. Willie Borland finished second. But it's all about Group B spoils here. And watching this one downstairs is Scott and Chris.
Yeah, thanks, H. Yeah, little H on the balcony, big H on the board. Yeah, this just absolute mouth-watering tie with what we've seen from these two already this
First
evening.
leg, it's Harry to throw first. Game on.
How much of an advantage having the darts for Harry Ward is it going to be?
$96.
Well, they've had 3 battles,
60.
as Henry was saying, already this week in Group A. And they were significant ones. Finished second and third to get into this group when Willie and Harry played on Monday. It was 4-2 to the
180.
Scotsman. Ward was beaten 4-1 by Borland
140.
Tuesday. Meeting on Wednesday was actually won by Harry Ward 4-2.
44.
Harry Ward is leading Jared Cole in something, and that's the
80.
180 stakes. That one takes him on to 8 for the evening. Jared Cole languishing back on 7.
105.
Borland, unfortunately, to have the dropout there on his last visit.
140. Harry
That treble
records
has made a
76.
difference. Staying there, it's double 18 for Ward.
Game show on the first leg.
That's 1
Harry
from 1
Ward.
in leg 1. Holds his throw comfortably. Well, I say
So leg it's Willie
comfortably.
to throw first.
If he hadn't hit it there, Borland would have been going at 81. And he'd had a dart drop out as well. It was
59.
another good leg from the pair.
A nice 15 darter, that's what you want on throw, isn't it? 100 average. Forcing your opponent
84.
into going out in 12.
$100. $85.
Before the night started, I probably would have said, if you were
90.
to ask me to pick 3, Scott, I wouldn't have stayed on the fence. I know there's no room for me there. I would have said Ward, Borland and Grundy, but it looks like one of those is going to miss out because Jared Cole is
78.
the main man. Probably would have to lose all his games now to miss out himself. So who do you think
100.
out of those 3 is going to face the chop come to the end of tomorrow?
Well, I was in your boat. I said Grundy to win the group.
180.
Another 180 there.
Willie record 152.
Ward. And I had a sneaky suspicion before the
92.
evening that Danny
Harry
Smith was going to sneak
74.
third. Well, still can, but a bit of a ask for himself now.
Game show on the second.
But it is,
leg.
but that's the beauty of this
Harry
group, isn't it?
Ward.
As Ward takes out the 74, if someone's going to lose this match,
So like it's
and
Harry to throw first.
they'll stay on 2
Game
points. So Danny Smith actually remains 2 points behind third place. 1 win away.
100. $140.
Once again, somebody's going to be languishing a little bit down the table, and they haven't really done a lot wrong. Been a
100.
sensational group. Came through there after 5 games, and the lads were all chatting about what a Group B it's been already, and that was the lads talking about themselves.
Got it, shout about it.
97. 46. 60.
Still to come. Jared Cole against Danny Smith. That's the game that follows this one.
59.
It'll be
Harry
Jared's
Maguire,
last of the night. Can he make it the
144.
perfect night? We'll find out. Harry Ward plays Danny in the last game, and Willie plays Grundy in the penultimate fixture.
94. Willie Maguire, 160. 100. Harry require 50.
Well, he won't do the bloom thing, will he, and go for the bull. Do what he can to leave double 16. Awkward. Very awkward.
Game
But he's
shot on
found
the
a
third
way.
leg.
That's fantastic
Harry
from Harry
Ward.
Ward. Now leads Willie Borland 3-0, and maybe going to be the Scotsman's
Well, against Willie
chances
to
who are
throw
looking a little
first.
precarious going into Friday night.
Yeah, got to be careful here. He
100.
don't want to be trailing too far by legs difference, and he can grab a leg
42.
or two here. Even if he loses, could turn out to be pretty
60.
helpful come latter stages tomorrow evening.
$41. 93.
Ward. Leg away, Borland making most of the running in this leg.
38.
Ward Winwood level up their head-to-head for the week.
78. 58. Willie Maguire, 170.
Would be 2-2 come the end of
89.
play tonight if Harry wins this one. In fact, their head-to-head outside of the Super Series is also 2-2, including a meeting on the Challenge Tour earlier this year, which Harry Ward won.
60.
Keynes back in
Willie
May.
Maguire, 81.
That's 32. Borland here.
45.
Just tease up double 18. Yeah, Ward went on to reach the final of that event, Scott. Beaten by a certain Berry Van Peer, who hasn't been on the Challenge Tour this year.
83.
Yeah, he's been in a
Willie
final as
Maguire,
well, Barry
36.
Van Peer.
Game
Challenge
shot
Tour
on the
this
fourth
year.
leg. Willie Borland.
As a Christian Kiston, Wesley plays, yeah. Getting fed up with
Fifth leg,
being
it's
the
Harry to throw
bridesmaid.
first. Game on.
Maybe next week, Scott. Maybe next week.
The tiara fits, I suppose.
60.
You win. We'll arrange for a nice bunch of flowers to be presented on the stage.
77.
We have had our fair share of commentators playing on the Super Series stage. Chris Mason, of course,
140.
actually won his week, made it through to Champions Week in the first series. Paul Nicholson's also appeared. Matthew Edgar has been at a
140.
finals night. We are going to see certain Glenn Durrant make his debut next year as well. Been announced. More details of when will be revealed in due
60.
course.
58.
Does that mean you and Henry are going to grace the stage? Or are you going to leave it for us?
Yeah, I think I'll remain safe in the comfort of the commentary box. Just not because I'm worried about embarrassing myself playing darts. Just What would happen if I got beaten by Henry Deacon?
59. Harry require 118.
Yeah, we'd have to put you both in the same group for entertainment value. Not sure how that would work for the timings of the breaks, but we'll worry about that another time.
86.
Ward
Oliver Conrad,
will hope to be worrying about double 16 in a moment, but he might not be because Borland was looking for the big finish,
99.
couldn't take it
Harry
out. A
requires
finish that we've
32.
actually seen Ward himself complete tonight, the 167 in the very first match.
Game
But it's a
shot and the
Ward win.
match. Harry Ward.
In the pair's third match of the night, and it is a second victory against Willie Borland for Big H this week at the Super Series, and he now moves himself into second place in the table with that victory. Again, the finishing, just 2 darts missed a double between them. 4 out of 6, Harry Ward in that one. It has been a night where the players really have been producing some stellar checkout stats, and it could continue in a few moments' time when we get our next game underway. We'll be back after the break with Jared Cole against Danny Smith.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where that man there has been perfect all night, Jared Cole, and it's becoming desperate times for desperate Dan, who could do with a victory here in our 8th game of the evening. That was after Harry Ward got the better of Willie Borland before the break by 4 legs to 1. But this is our 8th duel of the night, and our great 2 in the commentary box is Scott Mitchell and Chris Murphy.
Why, thank you, Henry. Yes, well, it's all about these two at the moment. Danny Smith, the basement boy at the seller
First leg, it's
of the
Jared to throw
table. And
first.
the man
Game
at
on.
the top of the pile, Jared Cole, the king of the castle, living up to his nickname, looking to make it 4 wins from 4.
97.
Sounds simple, doesn't it? Beating the man that hasn't won when you've won all your games, but we've seen enough darts to know that it doesn't always go that way.
140.
And as we can see, Danny has other ideas there with his first 3.
60.
I like that little quirk he has of checking his darts in his hand. He always has a little look.
26.
Not sure he was looking when he threw them, mind, that on that occasion.
No. Lots of players have little quirks. Some just eye
49.
up their flights and make sure they're all sort of 90 degrees square. Some will say, I used to just make sure I tapped the top of mine so that none fell out.
140.
All stuff just to pass the time while you're waiting for your opponent to try and beat you up.
134.
A 161 on offer for Jared Cole, and the way things have gone tonight, only special night of Super Series action.
131. Jared Jericho,
You wouldn't
161.
bet against him taking it out. Won't do it on this occasion. Hey, look at the bull.
130. Danny requires 64.
Double thereof.
Game shot the first.
In it goes. Danny
Danny
Smith lands the first blow in this bottom against top battle. He breaks in leg 1.
Second against Danny to throw first. Game on.
By the way, do get in touch with us at MSS Darts
59.
across our social media platforms. Alex Small, a participant on this stage, has done just that, just celebrating what a fantastic night of arrows it's been, and we agree.
96.
Yeah, good guy, Alex. Known him a long time now, since he was the youth player.
140.
Very proudly represented his country, Wales.
58.
Looking to fill that up. He'll go back for the treble 20 with his
92.
last dart. 132 would have left 170, of course.
100. 56. 119. Danny Rick, 154.
22 treble visit there for Cole.
64. Jared require 128.
Again, a nice mix there from Danny Smith, knowing that he needs 2 single 20s to get a dart at the ball. Should he get back?
Danny require 90.
Double 5.
80. Jared require
We've seen Jared Cole a couple of
65.
times tonight go for the 25 and end up hitting the bullseye. This time he gets the 25, so it's 2 darts at tops to cancel out the early breaker throw, and in doing that, turn this tie back in
Game
his
shot the
favour.
second leg. Jared
Nicely
Cole.
done by Cole. After a bit of a scare, Cole is in command.
So look, it's Jared to throw first. Game on. $82. 120.
Fortunate one on the floor there for Danny Smith.
58. $45. 91.
Could be inventive here in trying to leave a finish, Jared Cole. If he just hits, I was going to say if he just hits a single 20, a single 19, then he could use the bullseye, but
119.
he's rescued that well after misfiring with the first. Smith himself will look at the
57.
bull to
Jared
get down to a finish, but fails to find it.
$99.
Good find there from Cole with that last dart. Out of his usual throwing position.
135.
Danny Smith
Jared
is going to keep this
16.
double eight under some sort of pressure.
Trying to move across to find a way in. Double four
12.
now.
Danny required 40.
A bit of a lurch from the king of the castle there at double four.
Game shot on the
Danny
third leg.
Smith
Danny Smith.
jumps in with both feet. Thank you very much. Take advantage of that. We've got 3 legs here. 3 breaks a throw.
Fourth leg, it's Danny to throw first.
Danny
Game
Smith
on.
now will be determined to back it up. All well and good breaking, but if you don't hold in the next leg, then it was kind of irrelevant.
57.
How much that would squeeze the group right up again.
180.
Squeezes all those darts into the treble 20 again.
$58.
Award Cole 180 show of Group B continues this evening.
Another. Oh, Jared.
125.
Well, we all held our breath for a moment. 5 darts were flung into that treble 20 bed
58.
successively.
Once again, Danny Smith must be thinking, every time I get in front, they start coming back at me.
125.
Yeah, Smith has broken Jared Cole, the league leader, twice in this game, yet may find himself tied at 2-2 in a moment.
98.
71 on offer for the table topper. 18 and tops.
51.
No panic just yet for Jared Cole. And he needs to make sure he stays straight at
100.
worst. And
Jared required
a
20.
nonchalant throw, that one, and straight in the treble 20.
Moving across, but that could act as a bit of a barrier to
Game shot on the
make
fourth
it a little
leg.
easier to find
Jared
the target there, and he does find the target. Levels the score at 2-2. 2 games left to come after this. Will he ball in against Rob
Jared to
Grundy?
throw
Danny
first.
Smith back
Game.
for his last match against Harry Ward. Will he still be in a desperate state?
96.
Jared Cole wins this
43.
match. Remember, it will be a perfect night for him. 4 wins out of 4, 8 points, and will feel like he's
58.
as good as that finals night on Saturday. He'll probably need one more win tomorrow just to confirm that.
96.
But who's to say that he can't have the total opposite night in this group tomorrow? You know, you did say, Scott, that you felt both groups B and C
60.
this week were made up of really evenly matched players. Might yet get one of those mad groups where we have
60.
4-way tie of players on 10 points or a 5-way tie of players on 8.
$125. 30. 139.
No finish for Cole, but no matter with Danny Smith back in the 200s.
57. 134. Jared Javacoy, 105.
Yeah, nice pick up there from Danny Smith. Keeps Jarrett Cole honest. And that's 105.
57. Danny Javacoy, 129.
Cole might be about to take control,
58.
take the lead for the first
Jared
time
Javacoy,
here.
48.
48 points away.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Jared Cole.
Hasty sandwich that from Jared Cole. Somehow managed to find a way through. He does find a way ahead, and
6th leg is Danny to
Danny
throw
Smith
first.
is cutting.
Game on.
Figure of a desperate man now.
Yeah, kind bump off the other dart there.
100.
But Jarrett Cole to squeeze that through. Sometimes they can go awfully wrong, but on the night he's having,
35.
whatever he does comes up smelling of roses.
85. 44. 60. 60.
These will come in very handy indeed.
140.
Smith.
Well,
98.
full credit to him for
160.
keeping himself going. Might be taking a match the distance for the first time tonight. Just trying to look for a way past that one, and he's found a way past it. Brilliant dart. Can't quite
98.
complete the
Jared
combo.
Javacoy, 164.
Now, Jared's been jabbing in this game, but Smith will return with a chance to stay in the
64.
fight.
Danny Javacoy, 18. Game shot on the 6th flag.
Yeah,
Danny
tidy
Smith.
finish there. He had already hit that 116 against Willie Bolland earlier this evening and wasn't quite
7
to be,
from
but he's
Florida
tidied it
Charles
up
to throw
nicely with
first.
that
Game
double
on.
9. Sensible dart, one out, then one in.
84.
Cole sat there on 100 and it's top of the table versus bottom of the table
140.
in a one-leg shootout here.
$53.
Yeah, big leg for Danny Smith.
180.
Big visit for Danny Smith.
$135.
That 180 has bought him a chance. It's bought him an opportunity.
$83.
Yeah, an unfortunate miss there, but still turned the corner. Gave himself a little two darter. I know it's
55.
98.
Danny Javacoy, 98.
Doesn't really have to go for it now. Just set this up.
He'll tee up
58.
and he could topple the table topper. We did just tease it at the start of this game that stranger
67.
things have happened.
Danny
And a
Javacoy, 40.
man who hasn't lost loses to a man who hasn't won. But that hasn't
20.
happened yet. at least
Jared
Jared
Cole
Cole gets a go for the 107 to break Danny Smith's heart.
67.
Millimetres away
Danny
from
required
doing so
20.
on a couple of counts there, but it's Danny Smith for his first win of the evening.
No score.
Dear, dear, dear. That'll go down as 6 darts missed.
Jared require 40.
He's been begging and gagging for that chance all evening. And it hasn't gone his way. And Jared Cole, the table topper.
Game shot and
Danny
the
Smith
match.
just had his eyes fixed on a
Jared
screen
Cole.
to the side of the stage there. Sense of inevitability you could see, and he can't believe that mistake. He dragged that dart, busted his score, didn't get the full quota of darts at double. And Jared Cole, yes, you will have to do an interview. You'll have to head up to the balcony because you have won all 4 of your matches tonight. Not the greatest display from Jared Cole that we've seen this evening, but he got that winning feeling. And for Danny Smith, he's got one more chance to get a win. He goes down 4-3. He'll be back against Harry Ward in 2 games' time. But first, Willie Borland against Rob Grundy.
Welcome back to the Super Series. We're joined up here on the balcony by Jared Cole. Jared, 4 wins from 4. Good night's work.
Yeah, I'll certainly take that. I weren't 100% sure where my game was going into this week. I've had some highs and had some lows recently, so I'm really happy with that. I'm very happy with, in general, the performance tonight. There was a few moments where I felt like I could have improved, but in general, really happy. Yeah.
Those first 2 games, 101 average, then followed by another big ton topping average. It felt like you were at your best at points.
Yeah, I felt like I was following through really well and sort of just letting my darts do the talking. As bad as that sounds, I'm really happy with the way that I just sort of conducted my night. I felt really comfortable and I felt like I played well, so I'm really happy.
I hate to bring it up, but we've been here before, haven't we, Jared, on a Thursday night where you've won 4 from 4, and then the next day it didn't quite go to plan, but you did get through. So is tomorrow all about, now you've had that experience of winning 4 from 4, making sure that the foot's on the pedal right from the first game?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, as I say, there was things I was really happy with tonight, but there was things that I still want to improve. So ultimately, foot on the pedal from the start tomorrow, and hopefully that will translate into my matches, and you'll hopefully see me Saturday.
Where is the game at the minute? Because is it fair to say that this year's been stop-start? We've seen some really good stuff and maybe some inconsistent stuff at times.
Yeah, that's a very fair comment. There's been some really good moments. Obviously, got my second PDC Tour win and a couple of big scalps on the Pro Tours when I've been invited to them. But yeah, there's been a few too many downs for me. And as I say, I really want to work on those and just bring my overall game to a higher level. Obviously, the highs are really good, but the lows really do need to improve. So I'm hoping that will translate going into Q School.
Is that all about tapering it? Because as we know, the tour's a long process. It's a long year, and it's making sure the emotions don't go too one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately you can have highs, you can have lows, but it's how you deal with them. It's like settling a sea if you're out at shore. Like sometimes you have to go left to go right, and it's, you know, it is what it is. And ultimately, I'm just really happy that today translated a better version of myself. And obviously, with this being the build-up to a big couple of months for me, getting ready for Q School in January, I'm just hoping that it will sort of show me where I'm meant to be.
And finally, the glasses, thing of the past now?
If you ask my girlfriend, no. If you ask me, yes. I want to sort of get contact lenses in the future, but for now it's sort of something that I was finding was hindering my throw. So I just wanted to get myself into a place where I was throwing consistently and throwing well. So I unfortunately had to get rid of them for a little while.
Well, it didn't do you too bad tonight, Jared. Many congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow evening. A couple more games for us to go. That kick starts with Willie Borland up against Rob Grundy, down in commentary, Scott Mitchell and Chris Murphy.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yep, a couple of games to go. Great to hear from Jared Cole there, the leader in this group, and will be going into the final day. And, well, you'd have to say as good as through. After a perfect start to his campaign, this really becomes the crunch contest. This pair are going to play each other in their last match tonight and their first match tomorrow. If one of them wins both those fixtures, the other one is in a lot of peril.
Yeah, and to be totally fair, the fact that Jared beat them both is probably why Jared is where he is. So he's done his work against these two, and it's now, where are we going from here?
57.
Well, he did have the darts earlier against Danny Smith, and that was his win. He has the darts in this one, and he will have to make them count, I feel.
125. 60.
Looking to fill it up.
140.
Don't quite manage it. Danny Smith will return against Harry Ward in the last match, looking for his first win. A win for Ward, and he's in a very good position himself. In fact, group could end up quite kind of uniform, couldn't it? A player on 8, a player on 6, 1 on 4, 1 on 2, 1 on 0.
180. 180.
That's how to respond, but Willie thinks it's too late.
Ironically, the third 180 for them both, one after the other.
He's closed loads of that double.
36.
You could see from that angle he closed nearly all of it. And Borland gets an opportunity. Treble 17 would have left the bullseye.
57. Robbie required 20. Game shot in the first leg. Rob Grundy.
Yeah, nice start there from Rob Grundy. It looked like it was proper blocked from that first one, but I think around the side
to throw first. Game
it's the wrong side of the board for him, really, isn't it? He can sort of lay him down on the double 16 segment, but double 10, and he clips it, but managed to just use it as almost a
60.
A banister to support the dart.
Yeah, well described.
99.
Well, he's used to sort of staircase descriptions, isn't he, Rob Grundy, with the way that he ladders the darts.
41. $78.
Borland's one of those players when you stand behind him. He's very elegant to watch when he's hitting, but when it's not hitting, he's all over the place and still usually comes up with something.
140.
Strange one to stand behind and try and take in.
Yeah, it's all about feel, isn't it, with Willie Borland? There's no
140.
real aiming going on. It's that slingshot approach. Just get up there, get on with it, chuck him in. More deliberate, Rob Grundy.
85.
We would think that that sort of approach would always come up trumps, but you look at the
60.
best, the top players in the world, many of them have. Michael Smith, the biggest example, the world number one. Throwing style much closer to that of Willie Borland than it is to Rob Grundy.
Yeah, we touched on it this afternoon in Group C. Al Glenn and I had chatted about varying styles, and he said, you know, the top 3 or 4 guys in the world, you'd never teach anybody to throw like them, but it's successful for them. And
Robbie required 94.
Just misses the bull again, I think, for the 3rd time this evening.
Grundy could start there. Does start there. And now, that is a very good guide for him to finish there.
59.
Been able to do so. That's one thing that happens a lot with Rob Grundy. He'll come back to it at the end of this leg.
No
the
score.
leg has not ended well for Willie Borland.
Robbie requires 35.
Lost his score with 1 dart. What a disaster. Grundy, make him pay.
27.
Doesn't, right. He will take more care with this one. I assure you of that. Gets a single 9.
Game
Gets
shot
a double
the
8.
second leg. Willie
Bit of a
Borland.
reaction there from Willie Borland. That's been quite animated tonight.
Delegates Willie to throw first.
A nice little point to the temple there, telling himself to think about it.
134.
Playing Cam Menzies back at the British Open, and he made a mistake and he hit himself in the head so hard with a clenched fist. I thought he'd knocked himself out
57.
whilst I was playing him, but maybe it's a Scottish thing to chastise yourself and
80.
yeah. That was still the same. He still beat me, but yeah, he caught himself a clout.
The point I was going to make about Rob Grundy in the previous
95.
leg was that often when he throws a dart sort of too low, so he's left it out of the way of the target, he sometimes gets attracted to that dart and kind of groups, even though he doesn't want to group.
Yeah, sometimes it's too far away for it to be useful, and he tends to follow it, doesn't he? Whereas that one is very useful indeed.
59.
And the reason for the switch there, nothing to do with the darts, just because he wanted to get onto a score that he felt more comfortable with, taking
89.
the odd off. That's particularly useful. Bit of bad luck there from Rob Grundy. It's
83.
aquaplaned and gone in the other lane.
55.
Yeah, both right smiles there where the Borland hasn't done what he wanted to do.
60. Will he record 115?
Well, I think they both feel that each other are there for the taking in this one, and that's why they sort of
59.
getting a little bit
Will he
agitated with
record
themselves, all the
147?
ironic antics from Willie Borland, because they're not playing like they did at the start of the night now, are they?
I think they both know the importance of the game in regards to the table as well.
56.
Of course, they will play each other first thing tomorrow on their first game
Willie
tomorrow.
Borland.
They'll be second on.
Fourth leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on.
Been here a few times, you work out the routine of how it works, and
140. $95.
But recap of what's happened this evening. Jared Cole has won all of his matches. He's amassed 8
97.
points and is looking good. Join us on Saturday, Super Series finals night. Harry Ward has 2 from 3 so far, but could make that 3 from 4 if he gets the better of Danny Smith in the last match. Smith hasn't picked up any points. Missed darts to beat the tabletopper Jared Cole, but he is going into that game looking
100.
for a solitary victory, and this pair have both won 1 apiece. Whoever
96.
wins this
Robbie
game
Buck,
will be
164.
in the top 3, and that's where you need to be. 3 go through to finals night in Group B.
$58. Willie McGuire, 170. $58. Robbie McGuire, 106.
a good look here because he knows he needs this. Across the treble 18, he's hit it. A big double 16 incoming.
90. Willie McGuire,
Right on the
112.
wire.
Yeah, he moved the metal there, didn't he? Oh, Willie Borland again
72.
carelessly misses a
Robbie
big
McGuire,
number.
16.
Well, that may come back to bite him. Didn't when he did it in the previous leg, but Grundy can try and work his way into this double. Now he has to go for a different one, double 4. Muttering away to himself, not happy.
8.
The team talk didn't work.
Willie
Let's say in
McGuire,
the northeast.
40.
You can't get any closer, man.
Whereabouts in the northeast have you been?
Bournemouth.
Well, again, Willie Borland has made a mess and he's only got
Game
himself
shot, the
one dart
fourth
double.
leg.
And again, he's got away with
Willie
it. He's
Borland.
bailed himself out. By hook or by crook, he's found himself 3-1 up.
Fifth leg, it's Willie to throw
It
first.
has become a bit
Game
tense.
on.
There's a lot on the game. Say that we've got to start. These two will start their campaigns tomorrow against one another. Quite a bit of
81.
importance here. The closing stages of this one.
$45. $100. $100.
Borland's now looking to sprint to the finish line.
60.
That should be handy for Grundy. Borland,
60.
as you say, is nearing the checkered flag.
60.
One of those strange nights, Willie Borland, where he's lost
55.
some of the matches where he's played really well. And if he does get over the line in this one, he'll feel like he's won one where he's not been anywhere near his A game.
Yeah, that can tend to happen. You can be
55.
losing games with mid-90s and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, low 80s pops up and you win it comfortably. It's well, it's unexplainable. That's what it is. You can't put it into words.
96. Willie McGuire, 145.
Both men wanting 1-4-5. Willie Borland threatened it.
78.
First start finding
Willie McGuire, 145.
the requisite treble, but then the last start again is a little bit careless.
Not impressed with himself there.
42. Willie requires 67.
Once again, chastises himself a little after 2 darts, and but he goes even more wayward then. Double top for Borland.
47.
Yeah, it was some way off, Willie.
Rob, you require 103.
Yeah, it was all of that and a bit more, I think.
Grundy, stay in it. Perfect first. Gets the second where he wants it. But can't finish
87.
with the third, and Borland
Willie
is
require
back
20.
to double his points tally for the night. Double 5.
Game
Found
shot
by
and
Willie
the
Borland,
match.
who
Willie
steals a
Borland.
4-1 success against Rob Grundy. In terms of the night, the poorest standard of the evening, and that's why Willie Borland is walking away shaking his head. He's not happy with how he's played in that game, but he certainly will be happy to have won it. Maybe even itself out over the night for Willie Borland, who does double his win tally, gets to 4 points. That's where Harry Ward is at the moment. And in the final match of the evening, he's going to take on the so far winless Danny Smith. Stay with us.
So, Willie Borland finishes off his evening with a victory, 4-1 against Rob Grundy. Not overly enamoured with his performance, but he got the result in the end. So, last up for us, Danny Smith in action. Well, he had the opportunity to beat Jared Cole last time out, couldn't quite do that. He's looking to end his night with a victory against Harry Ward, who really has looked solid throughout the whole course of the evening. So, is it going to be Big H or Desperate Dan who pick up the last points of the night down in the commentary box, it is Scotty Dog Mitchell and Mystic Chris Murphy.
Yeah, thanks
First
very
leg,
much.
it's Danny to
Little
throw
H.
first. Game on.
Danny Smith will not wanting to be leaving without a win this evening. And
140.
I have to say, at times he has done enough to put himself in position to
100.
put some points on the board, but is yet to complete.
59.
Last game against an under par, Jared Cole, he had chances.
$80.
Proper bounce out there for Big H. That was off a wire directly.
$92.
I think Harry Ward will be happy enough with 6 points should he get a victory in this one. Not an awful lot he could have done in that defeat.
60.
Jared Cole earlier when Cole slammed in a 107 average against him.
Yeah, one of the highlights of the
58.
evening. That was a big game, that one. And Henry set up on the balcony. It was one that we just didn't want it to stop. We could have done with another 6 sets of that.
140.
superb
Danny,
stuff.
152.
Has had the look of a man who is destined for another tilt at the title on Saturday, Harry Ward.
60.
I think he would
Harry
say it was indifferent.
121.
Monday to Wednesday. 9 wins from 15, ended up 8 points off the top of the table in the end. Bullseye here to take the first leg.
72.
And Danny Smith's got a choice to make here. Does he go aggressive, treble 20, or does he play it safe and go for the bullseye? And he did do the right thing, but it didn't end up in the right location. Could go treble 15 here. Yeah, that's what he does for double 16.
Game shot in the first leg. Danny Smith.
Danny Smith's had moments like this all evening,
Second leg, it's
hasn't
Harry
he?
to throw first.
Not managed to convert them into 4 legs in the same
60.
game.
81.
And that was nicely done. Really got himself out of a little trap there, Danny Smith. If he loses this match, if it goes a similar way to the previous
85.
match, he's going to think, what have I got to do? Mentioned not done an awful lot wrong tonight.
140.
Run into some brilliant performances then. When he did get the chance to win, that's when he did do something wrong against Jared Cole. That drag dart into that double 15 will
140.
give him nightmares. I think that will be recurring for him in his snooze this evening.
100. 100. 44. Harry, 116.
Tops up for Harry Ward.
76. Danny, 136.
Earlier in the evening, they were going in without thinking.
Almost gave himself
96.
an opportunity, but
Harry
Ward
required
can level if
40.
he can locate tops this time.
Game
And
shot
he
the
does just
second
that,
leg.
all square.
Harry Ward.
Harry Ward levels things up in this final game of the first night
So look, it's
of
Danny to
Group
throw
B.
first.
A
Game
reminder that we do have another double dose of darts when you wake. 1 p.m. UK time.
58.
Live on the Modus Super Series YouTube channel. Charlie Large and Felix Schertz kick off the Group C finale. If you
140.
are watching us on Sporty Stuff TV, you can do that again from 2:30. Settle in for a Friday feast of Arrows Entertainment. Back again for Group B at 10 p.m. as well.
134.
And then, of course, finals night on Saturday, 10 p.m. on Sporty Stuff TV for the semis and final. The group games before that kicking off 7:30 exclusively
60.
on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel.
$99. 60. 134.
Another good find there from Smith with his last dart. We'll just try to fill this up.
140.
It's
Danny
not a bad
records
effort at
76.
140. 76 for Danny Smith. Two good singles. Two good singles. Should have seen him getting a dart at a double.
44. Harry require 101.
Yeah, and these are the small margins, aren't they? The small mistakes that the big boys punish. Oh, he's done the same thing. Done exactly the same thing. Wanting the single, hits the double.
85.
I didn't know it was
Danny require
contagious.
32. Game shot on the third leg. Danny Smith.
Relief for Danny Smith there. A bit of luck finally going his way
Fourth leg, it's Harry to throw first.
this evening,
Game
finally in the 4 matches he's played.
$77. 96. 140. 121.
A little bit of shoulder in that one from Danny Smith, otherwise another 180 looked all on the cards for him.
100.
Harry Ward being very consistent in this leg.
100.
Travel visits all the way.
Yeah, both on the same after 9 darts, but Ward with the advantage of having thrown first in the leg and a
140.
brace of 140s gets him down to 44.
58. Harry require 44.
He was going for a 12 for double 16, but he's way off the target. Gets 12 in 2 darts.
12.
Didn't
Danny
find double 16 in 1, so there is an
126.
opening here for Danny Smith. Needs the treble. Gets the treble. Needs the bullseye.
79.
Didn't get near it.
Harry require 32.
And Ward to level things up here.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Harry Ward.
Does indeed. 17 dart leg.
Fifth leg, it's Danny to throw first.
You can see he's
Game
still
on.
playing at a decent standard. The pair of them are, for the early hours of Friday morning, still averaging north of 90, Harry Ward, and Danny Smith
100.
not far off that pace either.
Yeah, something that's very difficult to do when you go past the midnight hour. Not usual for a start
58.
players to be playing at this time of the evening.
Well, not when you get knocked out in the first round, Scott.
Well, it doesn't matter where I go. Yeah, first rounds have been great for me of late.
57.
a reminder, if you weren't watching earlier tonight, he's in a full week.
134.
15 fixtures. Group A Monday to Wednesday, and then, well, you'll be hoping for a couple of days off, but a possible
60.
couple of days more, and then should you make it Saturday next week, Scott Mitchell back out of the commentary box and on the stage at the Super Series.
133.
Very much looking forward to that. I won't be bringing any
140.
Scotty dogs with me, obviously, to keep throwing them off the stage 5 a day. It's quite costly.
140. Danny Rick, 144. $84. Harry Raquan, 36.
Harry Ward here has got his chance to make his move. Pair of nines. Can't take the
No
chance.
score. Danny Raquan,
Lost
60.
the score on purpose. Hoping Danny Smith doesn't take out 60.
No score.
He's done it again and dragged it into the double 15.
Harry Raquan, 36. Game shot on the 5th leg. Harry Ward.
Yeah,
6th leg, it's Harry to throw
Definitely
first.
becoming a nightmare, isn't it? That double 15 cost him the points against Jared Cole, and it might have just cost him the points against
55.
Harry Ward.
It's as I said at the start of the evening, he has the game to live with these guys.
48.
He was going to have to be clinical on that outer ring.
Yeah, you can see this, that
100.
frustrated look etched on his face. Danny Smith.
59.
Again, just gestures to the board. Darts aren't doing what they're told, are they, Danny?
$85.
Harry Ward, if he gets over the line, it will be a very
60.
fruitful night for him. 6 points from a possible 8. 4 points clear of 4th place. Importantly, that's the buffer that you need, and him and Jared Cole in particular are
97.
looking in a good spot. If Willie Borland then beats Rob Grundy in their opening game tomorrow, and Ward wins this fixture in the first match of the night, then he would have
100.
a 6-point
Harry
buffer
Raquan,
on Grundy with only 6 to play
164.
for, so things could be over pretty quickly. Fancied it, did Harry Ward. He was
83.
adjusting towards the 18s there. And that just sums up his evening.
29. Harry Raquan, 81.
Oh,
Game
beautiful,
shot and the
beautiful way
match.
to end it
Harry Ward.
from Harry Ward. A nice clinical kill in 2 darts of the 81. And he has managed to sign off his night with a 4-2 success over Danny Smith, condemning Danny to a pointless night. He hasn't won any of his games. He did come close, could have beat the tabletop of Jared Cole, but Harry Ward, he really made him pay for mistakes as well in that match. And he has won 3 of his 4 matches, 91.91 the average. And Harry Ward closes the evening with a victory, beating Danny Smith by 4 legs to 2.
Indeed he does, and he rounds off what has been a top night of darts, and we've got some top tips from Scott Mitchell up here on the balcony. And first of all, I want to go in the backwards order. Danny Smith, he's played some of the best darts we've seen him play here, and he's had no joy whatsoever.
He's made a couple of unforced errors, and with the clientele that he's in with, you can't get away with that. I wouldn't get away with that. So he could have had he could have had 4 points tonight in this group without a problem, and nobody could have argued with that. And I said at the top of the show, he had the game to be able to come in and live with these guys, and he's done that. He's just stumbled at the final hurdle on a couple of occasions.
Well, let's have a look and see what we have seen this evening. These are the 10 results on the 10 matches that we've seen on this Thursday night. And the man lit up in yellow has been the man that struck gold, and that is Jared Cole, winning all 4 matches this evening, Scott. And I think it's fair to say, we were asking questions earlier on this afternoon when we were talking about Group B. Jared's at that point in that career. He's 23 years old. He's tasted success in the development tour. He's had a taste of the WDF World Championships. He's a player now that needs to kick on, but we're actually seeing signs tonight that that's definitely the case.
Look, he has a lot more experience than his slender age suggests, and he's been in these situations on many, many occasions, and he's now starting to come through these occasions. And this is when you start to kick on. You don't know how or why it happens. It just starts to happen with experience. And like I say, I think with the 4 wins, he's as near as damn it in Saturday night already. But he'll want another win tomorrow just to be sure.
I mean, those first 2 performances off the bat was, well, as good as it gets.
Yeah, absolutely. And that set up the evening for him because it gave him the confidence. It gave the others that he still had to play in those last 2 games. They knew they had a game on their hands with the Jared Cole that was playing tonight.
Most certainly so. But he's been in this position before. The last time he was here in a Group B, he won the first 4 games of his group, lost the last 4 games of the group, and was left tantalising himself on his coattails.
Yeah, but like we're saying, he's learning from each experience, and he would have learned from that. He will come in tomorrow and he'll be looking to win that first game and get that problem just out of the way and forgotten.
Elsewhere, Harry Ward, well, he's had a fantastic night, hasn't he, himself? 1-6-7, gets a better over Grundy, wins that game against Danny Smith there. And as the week goes along, we're beginning to see that Harry Ward, who's won Pro Tour titles.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, he's enjoying his darts again. He's doing it with a smile on his face. He's in the back room enjoying the other players. It's a nice Harry Ward to see, which I'm sure wasn't the Harry Ward that we had when he was making that decision of having to have a break.
Most certainly. Right, let's have a look at the table then following the end of today's proceedings. As you can see, it's fairly uniformed. Jared Cole leading the way on 8, Harry Ward on 6, Willie Borland on 4, and it felt like a frustrating night for Big Willie at times.
Yeah, he was there and thereabouts, wasn't he? And again, he's another one that could had another 2 points on that 4 that he's already got, and nobody would have had a complaint. And but he hasn't lost it this evening. That's the point. He's still in the chance. You know, there's 3 spaces to go, and he's in with a shout of one of them.
We're going to see this continue at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, but tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be watching Group C in action. This is how the table occupies itself at the halfway stage. And Charlie Large was the bookmaker's outsider. He was 7-1 to win the group at the start of play, and he made those odds look quite laughable, really, in the end.
Yeah, he did. He would have been a great gamble on today's performance. The factor tomorrow is, can he have a good night's sleep? Can he not think about it too much? And can he come back tomorrow and produce half of what he's done today? And that probably could be enough.
Talking about good night's sleep, I think that's what we should go and do now, right?
I'm ready for it, mate. I'm definitely ready for it.
Right, me and Scott are off to bed, and we're going to see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock sharp on the Super Series YouTube channel. We're going to be on Sporty Stuff TV. Don't forget the new time, 2:30 in the afternoon. We'll be joining you there. But as far as Group B is concerned on the opening night action, well, Jared Cole, the king of the castle, well, he's made the church his home.